And once again, welcome back to the 37th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic here at Collinsville as we get you set for the first semifinal on the championship side of the bracket. And that'll feature the Decatur MacArthur Generals and the Blue Devils of Quincy. Todd Duke and Zach Roseman back with you here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. And this game between Decatur, MacArthur, and Quincy. The winner will be in the championship game. And then they will await the winner of the next game between Collinsville and O'Fallon to fill out the final championship game of this 37th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic. We just got through watching Lincoln defeat Madison 24-19 in the 5th place semifinal game. So Lincoln will play for 5th place tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon. Madison will play for 7th place. They will take on the winners and losers of the last game of the night between Mundelein and Granite City. That game scheduled to come your way at 9:30. But first, the two semifinals will take place first, and here are your starters. We will begin with the Generals of MacArthur High School. You will find on the floor Brylan Phillips, a 6-foot senior. Jabrin Anderson, a 6'3" junior. Brylan Affolone, a 6'1" senior. Demarion Phillips, a 6'2" senior. And Makai Wright, a 6'6" junior. The Quincy Blue Devils, they will counter with Teron Cartmill, a 5'9" senior. Reed O'Brien, the 5'11" junior. Bradley Longcore, a 6'1" freshman. Jeremiah Talton, a 6'6" senior. And Sam Mulheron, a 6'4" junior. And as far as scoring offense is concerned here, Decatur MacArthur, they are the 4th best scoring team in this tournament right now at 55.5% or 55.5 points. And Quincy right below them in the number 5 spot at 53 points per game. On the defensive side of things, Decatur MacArthur number 3, giving up only 36.5 points per game. And Quincy right behind them at number 4 at 42 points a game. So on paper, this game should be very, very close.
Yeah, definitely. You've got maybe the 2 best players in the tournament so far based on their statistical performances in Brylan Phillips and Jeremiah Talton. Both teams are very good. Combined record of 22-2. Neither one of these teams wants to lose. It's been a long time since either one of these teams have won it. Decatur MacArthur, one of only 3 teams to have been in this Prairie Farms Holiday Classic all 37 years of its existence, and they've only won it once. And that was the first time before any of the kids on this team were even thought of.
Oh, yeah. Over in the auxiliary gym, Edwardsville defeated Alton by 1 point, 39-38. So Edwardsville will play for 13th place tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then the Alton Redbirds will play for 15th place also at 9 a.m. That 9 a.m. game that Edwardsville is going to be in, that's the first game we will have for you tomorrow morning to kick off the final day. And we have a 3-point shot taken right off the bat by Quincy. They are in the blue uniforms, and they have trimmed in white with the word Quincy written across the fronts of their jerseys. MacArthur comes in, and the first points belong to Brylan Affolone, and we have a whistle on the floor as we have a hurt player, it seems like, and it looks like Jeremiah Talton is going to have to go to the bench. That's a big hurt for them if he can't come back.
Yeah, it looks like he's mostly okay, but he's going to go get checked out. Just looks like maybe a small leg thing, rolled an ankle or something. Looks okay. Probably come back into the game before too long.
Well, you got to get it taped up.
And they'll bring in Dominique Clay to replace him.
Generals up 2-0. Early on, we're just underway. Quincy with the ball, up to Loncore, and Loncore underneath, and off the glass. Count it for 2 for Sam Mulheron. And a shot on the other end. Oh, we're going to have a high-scoring game here, aren't we?
Pace we've started at, definitely more than last game anyway.
What was the last point total on that game?
43.
43. What was the earlier game that they broke the record on?
35-17, so 52.
52, almost 10 points difference. Quincy with the ball into the corner on the far side. That is Cartmill. Cartmill comes out of that corner and heads back toward midcourt. Fires the ball over to Loncore. Loncore will hand the ball off and do so to Clay, who came in for Taltman, and a little floater won't go in, and Reed O'Brien has denied his first couple of points of this game. 2-2 contest. MacArthur, they bring it back the other way. Here is Anderson. He gets it out front now for Athlone. And in turn to Phillips at the free throw line, or just in front of it. Shot taken, nothing doing. Rebound belongs to Cartmill and the Quincy Blue Devils. They bring it up to Loncourt. Loncourt comes in over on the right wing, penetrates into the lane, and almost traveled with the ball. O'Brien for three. That ticks off the rim. O'Brien gets his own rebound and has it knocked out of his hands. And a loose ball is picked up there by Phillips. And a headlong pass comes down, and Loncourt is going to pick up this game's first foul as he runs into
Athlone,
Athlone, yeah. To the free throw line will be Athlone. And for MacArthur and Athlone, he did not get a trip to the free throw line in the win over Madison earlier. So his first trip tonight. He'll have to wait and see if he can hit the next one, because that was a miss.
MacArthur will rather quickly bring Christopher Walker in, 6'2 junior, who's been a decent contributor for this Generals team so far.
Amanda Bauer down there just got through taping up the leg of Taltman, and he'll be ready to come back in here in just a moment. It seems anyway. 2-2 game still. 2 minutes into this contest, and we're going to have a foul. I didn't see any touching going on there. I don't know what they saw, but Athlone had his hands back behind him the whole way, just using his body, and I don't understand the foul call, but there it is.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him a blocking foul. You know, I guess it's sort of like a right to move forward for the...
Oh, the right-of-way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right-of-way foul.
Yeah, at least that's, I guess, the logic there. I don't know.
O'Brien has it in front of the opposing team's bench. Both teams have a shade of blue in their uniforms, and that one is saved. Nicely done, and a encore.
He really is a very impressive player.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, one of the handful of pretty darn good freshmen that we've had in this tournament. Another one being Derek Bishop from Mundelein.
MacArthur, by the way, in the white uniforms, they have a blue and white checker pattern going down the sides of their uniforms. Numbers are in blue, and they have the word MacArthur across the tops of their numbers on the fronts of their jerseys. 4-4 contest. 5:10 left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is O'Brien. He dribbles his way out of trouble, but he travels in the process, probably because he was held on to a little bit over there by Phillips, but they didn't call that. Phillips thought he was getting called for a foul. When he heard the whistle, he threw up his hands like, what did I do? Didn't do anything, apparently.
Yeah, Talton will come back in. Looks like he's fine. Clay will head to the bench.
Yeah, they wrapped up that
left
ankle, and I think that was what was bothering him before in the earlier game, too. There is a dribble drive by Athlone, and he kicks it outside, and a three-point shot that misses everything. And Loncourt picks it up off the floor, and the Blue Devils bring it up front. 4-4 contest early on. 4:45 left to play here in this opening quarter, and there's a ball that's thrown away. They were expecting Mulheron to cut toward the baseline, and Cartmill threw the pass that way, but Mulheron wasn't there. So MacArthur will work the ball back up. MacArthur coached by Therese Bryson, and Quincy coached by Andy Douglas. One dribble and an underhand layup. Good for Demarion Phillips. 6-4 in favor of MacArthur High School. Out of Decatur, across to O'Brien for Quincy. He bounces it into the paint, turnaround shot, and that one will not fall in, but the foul will belong to MacArthur. That'll be their second as a team. And to the free throw line will be Sam Mulheron for Quincy, and Mulheron did not have a trip to the free throw line in their earlier win. First one, no good.
Yeah, they're going to get Phillips with the foul. Mulheron was pretty quiet in the game against Lincoln. Not really sure why. Yeah, just don't think we really called his name all that much.
No. Mulheron gets one, and it's a one-point game. 6-5, Generals up by one. Wasawa and Triad getting underway in the auxiliary gym. And when we have some updates, we'll pass them along to you. Wasilla, by the way, in case you haven't heard, they did get a hold of their luggage today. They got it at about 10:30 this morning.
Yep.
So they have their clothes, their uniforms. Oh, what a stuff job that was at the other end by the Trojans and Anderson, and that turns into a couple of points as Phillips gives his team a 3-point lead at 8-5. Inbound pass is going to be thrown away. Taltman trying to find Loncourt, couldn't do it, and that's a turnover on the inbound pass. Coach Douglas talking things over with Taltman, actually yelling onto the floor, trying to get his player to follow some direction. Inbound pass comes in, and immediately it's put up, no good, and the rebound is handled by Cartmill on the floor. 3.5 to go here in this opening quarter, 8-5. 3-point lead belongs to the Generals of MacArthur High School. Here is Loncourt. Loncourt for Quincy. Quincy trailing by 3, looking for a little bit of help, and they get some after that ball is knocked out of bounds. And the inbound pass will come in from O'Brien on the near side sideline, right near midcourt.
Yeah, we'll see Zarion Richardson come in for Demarion Phillips as MacArthur, probably one of the deepest teams in this term, as they'll routinely play, 9-10 guys, depending on the circumstances.
Cartmill gets it up to Taltman. And then a stop outside on the perimeter. They'll kick it over to O'Brien at the free throw line. He'll give it up to Loncourt for 3. Skips across the rim, and a rebound still being contested for. Now it's finally won by Anderson. They'll come in and take the shot, can't get it to go, and the rebound ends up in the hands of Taltman.
And we'll see Quincy bring in the other 2 of the 3 freshmen that get significant playing time. As Wires is a sophomore, but they will bring in Thomas as well.
Tallman kicks it into the corner for O'Brien. O'Brien across the court for Loncourt for 3, and he can't hit that 3-point yet, can Loncourt. Once he finds it, he'll be on fire after that. 8-5 the score. Here comes a 3-point try on the other end, and that one rattles and then stays in off of the hands of Brylan Affolon.
Yeah, Affolon actually first year at MacArthur, transferred from Terre Haute, Indiana, I believe.
Terre Haute.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
They're going to get a
shove
foul
in the back, yeah.
On Richardson, yes. And Cartmill and Mulherron will head to the bench.
Wires comes in.
And
are they missing a name on there? Is that what it is, or is everything just offline?
Oh, wow.
It starts off online, and then everything kind of just goes off to the right here on the roster.
I feel like it maybe different font sizes. I don't know. Richardson's going to pick up his second foul, and he'll have to come take a seat as Karan Shelley will come to the game, presumably for Richardson.
That's just offline because there's 15 players and 15 lines for position, height, and year, so it's just off a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Looks like the same font.
Well, the font's the same. I think the font size is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because after they get through the first 5, it kind of goes off skew after that. At the free throw line, Thomas hits the second free throw. 5-point lead for the Generals. 1:45 left to play here in this opening quarter. First semifinal game of this tournament. Winner will move on to the championship game. Loser will be relegated to the third place game. And the Generals in control, and they have the ball, and a shot and a blocking foul. That's a late call. Very late call against Talton.
Coach Douglas and the Quincy assistant coach is not very happy about it.
He's like, huh? How'd you call that? Why'd you call it so late? 2 shots coming up for MacArthur's Christopher Walker. Well, that's the first one go, and it's in. He was 1 for 2 in the win earlier in the day over Madison, was Walker. 89 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Next one also rolls in, so it's a 7-point lead now for the Generals. Here is Wires. Has to pull up his dribble. He was double teamed, gets it over to Loncourt. Loncourt back over to Wires on the far side sideline. He'll work it up onto the wing, try to penetrate, gives it back out for Loncourt for three, and Loncourt still off on the three-point shot. He's now 0 for 3. Meanwhile, the rebound comes all the way out to midcourt, and that was an easy feed for Brian Athlon. And with 1 minute left to play here in this first quarter, it's now a 15-6 game, and the Generals have a lead. There is a three-point try. That one hits the inside of the rim from Talton, and the rebound again belongs to MacArthur. They bring it down, and a little reverse layup, and tell you what, Brylan Athlon is making this look a little bit too easy.
Coach Douglas will call timeout, and the MacArthur crowd will be quite happy with that.
Yeah, it's an 11-point lead now for the Generals, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville K-Hawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
I'm over this pandemic. I'm ready to put it in the rearview mirror. Back to action here. Quincy trailing by 11 points, and the Blue Devils with the ball. Talton over in the corner, gets double teamed in a trap, and O'Brien gets him out of it. Loncourt races in from the right wing, dumps it off underneath for Thomas. Thomas couldn't get all the way up, no whistle on the play, and a battle for the ball ensuing, and it is finally picked up by the Generals. 15 seconds left. Generals bring it up, and Phillips will wait everything out, down to 10 seconds. Over on the far side, or in the near side for Anderson. Anderson back out front. And we're down to 5 seconds, and a three-point shot that's going to be short, and that one's going to end up out of bounds right at the buzzer. Right at the buzzer, it goes out of bounds. 17-6 our score after 1 quarter of play. Quarter number 2 comes your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family-owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Chad Burgess sporting a cow hat down there at the scorer's table.
Yeah, he had that.
That's
on.
attractive.
He had that on for the the Collinsville-Mundelein game, and I guess he's going to keep it on. I guess it sort of suits him after all.
I guess. 17-6 after 1 quarter of play. Decatur MacArthur has the lead, and they have the ball. They'll bring it in, and it is up to Phillips. Phillips at the K-Hawk logo at midcourt here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium.
Seems a little early for what they're doing. If they're doing what I think they're doing.
Want the old delay game?
Yeah, they're gonna put it out in the 4 corners in the second quarter.
They bring it up. There is Applebaum. Near sideline, kicks it all the way out and into the top of the key. A drive by Anderson, but a foul called. This one looks like it's going to go against Thomas. Thomas is shocked. What did I do?
He's like, what did I do?
What did I do?
But they're going to call him for a hit on the arm, and we'll see Chase Cunningham come in for the Generals.
Cunningham will come in and take the place of the high-scoring Brylan Applebaum right now.
And look at us.
17-6. That's our score. Out to midcourt it goes. And we're underway once again. Here is Shelley.
Gets it over onto the wing in front of the scorer's table and at the free throw line. Shot taken and nothing but net there for Anderson. 19-6. Right now it's turning up the Generals' way. Here's Wires back over to Loncourt. Loncourt over on the right wing. Dribbles and gives it back to Wires at midcourt. Over to O'Brien. O'Brien in front of the Decatur MacArthur bench. Well, back out to Loncourt. Loncourt dribbles with it, gives to Wires. Wires on the left wing.
Looks like MacArthur have switched to that 1-2-2 matchup zone that gave Madison fits earlier today.
There's Wires, top of the key. Nice dribbling there, but what's it going to turn into? It's going to turn into a loose ball picked up by MacArthur. And on the way down, he has to wait it out. And a block from behind by Talton. And Quincy dodges a bullet there. They bring it back up for Loncourt.
Did Wires jump over?
I think so.
Okay. I wasn't sure. It's a little hard to tell from this angle. It's essentially right underneath us, but that's impressive.
O'Brien for three, and he drains one. Boy, I tell you what, Quincy needed that. Makes it a 10-point lead by the Generals, but boy, oh boy, the Quincy Blue Devils need that three-pointer from O'Brien really bad.
Yeah.
Loncourt was cold. He went 0 for his first 3 shots from the three-point line, so they give to O'Brien, and now Loncourt is going to get called for a blocking foul, and he doesn't believe any of it.
That's his second. As Athlone will re-enter, and Demarion Phillips will re-enter, and Clay will re-enter for Quincy.
Wholesale player changes going on. 5:52 left to play here in quarter number 2. Collinsville taking on O'Fallon next in the other semifinal. Should be a good one.
Yeah, rematch of that game earlier this year on this very floor that Collinsville won, giving O'Fallon their only loss of the year, as they're going to get O'Brien for a kick.
Yep, they sure are. Yeah, well, Fallon's only lost 1 game this year, and it was to Collinsville, so we'll see if they have payback in mind. That's the next game. Right now, we're in the middle of this one. It's 19-9, 10-point lead belongs to MacArthur. And a whistle. They make the referee come all the way down to pick up that ball.
That's Talton's second foul.
At the free throw line, Demarion Phillips. Phillips misses his first.
I do believe that Lincoln alumni and current player from Missouri S&T, Caden Froby, is in the building.
All right. Back at the free throw line, Phillips ready for another one, and he'll miss that one as well. Rebound belongs to Thomas and Quincy. He'll get it up to Wires. Wires moves the ball back over to O'Brien. Loncourt out of the game right now, so that's one of their big three-point shooting specialists. Into the corner it goes for Thomas. Thomas kicks it back out front now for Clay, and back over to O'Brien, and then Wires with it. Wires at the end of the scorer's table throws a pass over into the corner for Clay, back around for O'Brien, back to Wires. Wires lost the handle for a moment. Everybody wanted a double dribble and a three-point shot. That one's good as well. Well, I tell you what, Dominique, Clay, and O'Brien just kind of saving the bacon here for Quincy as the Blue Devils get back to within 7.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to beat the matchup zone. You have is to shoot over the top of it, and if Quincy are going to hit their threes, we'll see what MacArthur are going to have to do to counteract that.
And they counteract it with a 2-point bucket by Demarion Phillips to make it 21-12. And here comes Wires up on the near side sideline. He'll throw the ball across the line to Thomas, kicks it back out, and Clay thought about a 3. Instead, he dribbles off the glass, and it rolls right across the rim. No good. Rebound. Thomas puts it back up, but he's fouled, and it's either going to be 11 or 12 down there with the foul, either Phillips or Cunningham.
And they're going to give it to Cunningham.
To the free throw line will be Keyshawn Thomas. Thomas misses the first one. He did everything but go in. And Thomas was 2 for 2 in the earlier game on the win against Lincoln, but now 0 for 1 here in this one. Another chance to make it up.
Cron Shelley into the game for the Generals.
And that one he does make. 21-13. Generals have the lead. At the top of the key, they'll back it up once again for Anderson. Anderson dribbles and drives at the free throw line. Let's go a shot, and it's good. And MacArthur extends their lead back out to 10 one more time.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things about this MacArthur team. It's not one guy, really. I mean, Phillips, Affalone, Anderson, they've got a couple of different guys that can really give you some trouble.
Wires gives it up for O'Brien. O'Brien races in from the right side, and a foul called. That's going to go, I believe, against Karan Shelley.
Yeah.
It'll be his first.
That's the 6th team foul on the Generals, so the Blue Devils will be in the bonus.
Next foul, they will be. Out front it goes, and it is Clay over to Wires. At the top of the key for O'Brien. He kicks it back out to Wires. He'll launch a three-point shot. Lots of arc on that one, and 3 3-pointers by the Blue Devils here in the last couple of minutes have kept them in this game.
Yeah, when they've all grown up and turned into clones of Jaden Smith. They even have his hair.
Yeah.
Of course, O'Brien has his number, though.
Jaden Smith also played soccer for the Blue Devils as well.
Good soccer player.
Yes, he was. Underneath the basket, Thomas takes a shot, can't get it to go. Rebound being contested for, comes all the way out to the top of the key for Wires. Wires dumps it off for Taltman, and a shot by Thomas still won't go. He's having a hard time getting that bucket up there. He's mad, but he's going to get to go to the free throw line for a couple of more shots.
They're going to give that to Anderson.
Would have been a shooting foul anyway, but up there for 2 is Thomas. 7th foul for the Generals. Thomas just went 1 for 2 from the free throw line a moment ago, and he'll start off the same way.
See Makai Wright re-entered the game for the Generals as Shelley will take a seat. And quick update from the auxiliary gym. Althoff up over Belleville East.
Wow.
In the first semifinal, by a score of 31-26 at halftime.
Close game. Still surprising to see Belleville East on the losing end of a game against Althoff when they came in only having 1 win on the year. And the Lancers have had a terrific start to their year. Phillips with a couple of points there makes it 25-17. We're down to 2:45 left to go here in this first half. Here, excuse me, is O'Brien. Excuse me. Over to Wires. Wires cuts into the paint, kicks it back out. Clay for 3. That one's a little too strong, and the rebound belongs to the Generals. They bring it up. Here comes Phillips. Phillips dribbles and drives in the perimeter, dumps it off in a surprise pass for Wright. He didn't handle it very well because he was surprised he was getting it. Here is Wires. No-look pass onto the wing, and a 3-point shot by Talton misses the mark. Rebound on the ground, and now contested again. Here's Thomas, and a foul is going to be called against Makai Wright.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an interesting call as Thomas kind of just hopped backwards. That's the 8th team foul for the Generals, though, as Cartmill will re-enter for the Blue Devils, and
he'll take the place of O'Brien. Back at the free throw line is Thomas. He's been there a lot here in the last 5 minutes. And he hits the first one this time. Gets his team back to within 7. Twice now, the Generals have had a 10-point lead. And the Blue Devils keep on plugging away. And Thomas keeps on going 50% every time he steps to the line. Right now, he's 3 for 6. Into the corner it goes, and out of the corner it goes. And at the top of the key, that is Anderson. And they'll put it back in the corner. 3-point shot on the way. That misses everybody except for the hands of Thomas. Clay waited too long, and then Thomas is going to commit a foul because coming in for the steal was Affalone, and Thomas didn't handle that very well.
yeah, they're going to give Clay the foul, actually.
Really?
And so that's 6 fouls, and now the Generals will be in the bonus after the next one.
1:45 left to play here in this first half. There's a steal. And Clay, who had the ball stolen from him on the last go-around, will
give it up to Wires.
See
Wires crosses the line as O'Brien waits to come back in at the next opportunity. 1:35 to play here in this first half. Here is Wires in the perimeter. Bounces it back out and away from the play. We're going to have a foul called against Phillips again. That'll be his second. O'Brien checks back in for Clay. 90 seconds to play here in this first half. And we have somebody not named Keyshawn Thomas at the free throw line. And the first one will go in for Talton.
That's his first bucket.
It is.
Yeah, again, like in the Lincoln game, kind of a quiet start for Talton, but he was able to do a bit more in the second half against Lincoln. We'll see if that repeats itself here against MacArthur.
5-point game now. Generals up 25-20. Near the midcourt stripe for MacArthur, that is Anderson. Anderson dribbles, throws it up into the corner, and that's Phillips. Phillips pulls up his dribble. Now over to the other side for the other Phillips. That's Bryland. Into the corner, and a three-point shot. That one's over everybody, and the rebound was also over everybody, and that's off of a body wearing a white jersey. Uh-oh. Talton trying to get the ball back from Phillips, and Phillips wouldn't give it to him, but, you know, it doesn't matter because the referee's in charge of the ball. Talton inbounds to Wires. Wires with 1 minute to go. Brings the ball back up court. Throws it across the way, and a dribble drive by Cartmill, and he'll pull up and outside of the perimeter once again. Now he's left all alone. I'm surprised he didn't take a three-point shot from there. There was no one around him.
And
turnover at the other end.
Yeah, and we'll see Zarion Richardson come back in for the Generals as Wright will head to the bench. Crowd slowly starting to fill up.
Well, that's because Collinsville's got next.
Yeah.
Still not come the Generals.
Still not quite at the level we had for.
Well, not pre-pandemic levels probably won't happen.
Well, I don't know.
Probably not until next year, maybe.
Still not quite at the level of the old Fallon Triad game last night. There was a really nice crowd for that one.
Yeah. So Quincy trailing by 5 with a chance to get it a little bit closer before halftime. Here is Wires. Wires at midcourt. 15 seconds to go here in this first half. He continues to dribble, and then he takes off, throws it into the corner. Talton with a three-pointer. That one hits the rim twice, won't go in. Thomas with the rebound putback, still won't go in, and then Talton comes in and puts it in. And at the buzzer, a three-point shot way off the mark, and we will go to the locker rooms. 25-22, the Generals have the lead, and we will be back here in just a little bit on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud K-Hawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the KHawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the K-Hawk Sports Network and KHawkSports.com.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive.
And once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Halftime of our first semifinal game. And the Generals of MacArthur High School out of Decatur lead the Quincy Blue Devils 25-22. Before we get into the stats, just heard about the breaking news that John Madden has passed away today at the age of 85. Man, you want to talk about the soundtrack of my childhood, or at least my teenage years all the way through my adult years, man. John Madden was on TV all the time when he became a football broadcaster for CBS and then moved over to Fox. And, of course, all the football games that I've owned over the years on the PlayStations and the various other gaming consoles all had John Madden's name written all over it. So sad to hear that the venerable John Madden has passed away today at the age of 85. Here are your first half stats in this first game. And as far as total points are concerned, your leading scorer is Brian Apfalone. He has 9 points for MacArthur. And then after that, everybody else on his team has 4. Demarion Phillips, Jabrin Anderson, and Brylan Phillips, all with 4 points. Leading scorer on the other side, also with 4 points, is Jeremiah Talton. After that, 3 points all over the place. Dominique Clay, Ralph Wires, Sam Mulheron, and Reed O'Brien, all with 3 points. Bradley Longcore, he has 2 points in this contest. From the three-point stripe, Quincy really struggling. They are 3 of 12 from beyond the three-point stripe, while MacArthur is 1 of 6 from the free throw line. The Generals are 2 of 6, while Quincy is 7 of 12. Turnovers, Quincy's turned the ball over 9 times compared to 5 for MacArthur. And that is a look at your first half stats. And we will take a break and come back and bring you second half action. And that'll come your way next after a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School, and it looks as if Triad is beating Wasilla over in the auxiliary gym 39-28, as they are already halfway through the third quarter over there. Here it is 25-22. The Generals of MacArthur High School with the lead, as we are just about ready to begin quarter number 3, second half. I knew there was a 2 in there somewhere.
Yeah.
We're underway. Winner of this game moves on to the championship game. They will take on the winner of the next game between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Who will it be? Right now it's a 3-point lead for MacArthur High School. Here is O'Brien. Dribble drive, dumps it off to underneath the basket for Cartmill, and that ball is loose, and now it's picked up by O'Brien as he runs into the scorer's table and knocks it a little off kilter. Inbound will belong to MacArthur. What was that last game that we did? Did I get the sheet for that one yet?
The
Lincoln-Madison game? Yeah, I was curious to see the turnovers. Ooh, yeah. There was 32 turnovers in that game.
32 turnovers.
Yeah.
And, 43 points?
Yeah. Almost as many turnovers as points. Oh, get that out of here, says Jabrin Anderson. And The Generals bring it back the other way, looking for the first score of this second half, and that's going to wait just a little bit longer as that ball is loose, and it is finally picked up and at the baseline. Shot off balance, won't go in. Put back won't go in, and the next rebound belongs to Quincy. Here is O'Brien. O'Brien brings it up across the floor. We're underway here in this third quarter, 1 minute and 5 seconds into it. Here is Cartmill. Out to O'Brien, who gives to Loncourt. Loncourt didn't see much action in the second quarter after he got a couple of fouls early on, and he was cold from the three-point line. Now Quincy playing in front of their bench. Loncourt almost lost the handle at the free throw line. Takes the shot. That one doesn't hit anything. Bounces off the floor and right into the hands of Demarion Phillips. Phillips works the ball up to Brylan Phillips. Over onto the wing, now into the paint for the other Phillips. He loses control of the ball. Talton found it, gives it up to Loncourt. Loncourt brings it up. He's trying to get around Affalone the whole way. Affalone wanted to make sure everybody knew he had his hands up in the air, and that's all you saw. Hands streaking across the floor. Out front to Talton. Talton dribbles over onto the right wing and gives it up for Clay. Or excuse me, that is Mulheron. Talton hits a big three-pointer. We're tied at 25.
Yeah.
Did you expect it any other way?
And Mulheron fell down for no reason. I guess backpedaling, slipped a little bit.
That happens. I've fallen down going to the refrigerator before, so I can see that. There was a three-point answer at the other end by Brylan Affalone, and Affalone is on fire.
Yeah, Affalone really, this has probably been his best game of the tournament.
Back to a three-point lead for the Generals of MacArthur High School. We're down to 5:25 to play here in this third quarter, and Cartmill trying to get out of a double team, and that ends up drawing a whistle.
I think they're going to get Cartmill for a foul here.
They are. Cartmill shaking his head. He can't believe it. Got that big bouffant hairdo. He shook his head, and hair was flying all over the place.
Yeah, I think in terms of, hairstyles, I think Quincy have probably.
Yeah, they take the prize on that one.
Yeah.
Following in the footsteps of Jalen Smith, right?
Jaden
Smith, sorry. And another loose ball picked up by Quincy. They're coming down to try to tie it, and it'll be at least 1 point closer after Mulheron banks one off the glass. 28-27. Generals have a 1 point lead, and the Generals have the ball. One bounce and a travel going to be called against Demarion Phillips. So the turnover will give Quincy a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, momentum definitely favoring the Blue Devils here at the beginning of the second half.
I don't think Quincy's led in this game at all, have they? If it was real early.
I don't know for sure, but maybe. I actually think that sort of thing's on the stat sheet. I don't know. Whatever.
No, it's not, because they would have to break it down by minute, and they don't do that. It was 17-6, Decatur after one, 25-22 after two. Here we are in the third, and it's a 3 point lead still for the Generals. O'Brien will inbound right at the end of the scorer's table here, right next to his bench.
They're gonna give
Phillips. That was a long warning.
Yeah, give him a bit of a talking to, and he's still not very happy about it.
He's not. Here is O'Brien. O'Brien dribbles top of the key, gives it up for Talton. Talton in front of his own bench. Tries to get into the perimeter. He can't. And Loncourt with it. Loncourt over and into the near sideline. Breaks from the left wing into the paint. Underhand shot, no good, but he'll go to the line for two.
I'm not sure who they're going to give that foul to.
Neither am I. There were like three guys with white jerseys down there.
And they're going to give it to Anderson.
Yeah.
And that's his second foul.
28-27. Still sad to hear that John Madden died, man. I'm telling you, that was a big part of my early adulthood. Playing Madden after working at TGI Fridays, staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning, playing some Madden football. Of course, he was a big commentator on Fox, along with Pat Summerall for a lot of years. And that just kind of makes me sad. Over to the wing. Now back out to the top of the key, to the far side wing. MacArthur with the ball. They trail by one. Quincy has their lead, 29-28, and we're going to have a foul call before the ball can even penetrate the perimeter. Mulheron guilty of that foul. His first, team second, each team with 2. 29-28, Quincy Blue Devils are up by 1.
And we'll see Thomas and Wires come in for the Blue Devils as Mulheron and Cartnell go to the bench. And then we'll see Walker enter for the Generals as Mackay Wright goes to the bench.
So 29-29 after the first one by Phillips, and a chance to give his team back a 1-point lead here. And he does. 30-29, halfway through quarter number 3.
And some full court man-to-man from the Generals.
Loncourt brings it up across the line, hands it off to O'Brien. O'Brien races into the paint. Underhand shot won't go all the way in. Thomas tried to get the rebound, but he shoved it right into the hands of Anderson. Anderson off the glass, can't get it to fall, and at the other end, Thomas is going to get pegged with a foul.
Yeah, I think Anderson kind of jumping into Talton, but I guess they're going to argue that he was making an attempt at a shot, but that's 3 fouls on Talton. That's don't really want him getting into foul trouble. And
well, one more he will be.
Yeah, he gets 4. You're probably going to have to sit him until the end of the quarter anyway, and that's not something that Quincy are going to really want to do.
Brent Anderson misses his first free throw, keeps it a 1-point game. He'll have one more shot to see if he can turn it into a 2-point advantage. More and more people starting to file in here.
Yep, looks like there's a pretty good crowd in the auxiliary gym as well as East and Althoff playing. The Crusaders still have the lead, 42-31 as we approach the end of the third quarter over in that game. That'd be a huge win for the Crusaders as they got win number 2 earlier today against Alton, and only their 3rd win of the season would be a very big one against a good Belleville East team.
Karan Shelley uses a little bit of the bank off the glass, and the Generals are now back out front by 4, or maybe make that 3, 32-29. 3:10 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Loncourt. Loncourt bounces the ball over to Wires. Wires almost got his feet taken out from underneath him by Anderson, as Anderson was falling to the ground. Now they get it into Talton at the front of the free throw line. Takes the shot, won't get it to go, and the rebound belongs to the Generals. They bring it up, and here is Anderson once again. Anderson has had all kinds of touches of the basketball here in this one.
Yeah.
Into the corner it goes. 3-point shot for Shelley. That's a little short, and it comes out. And a rebound. That belongs to Demarion Phillips, and he puts it back in, and it's back out to a 5-point lead now for MacArthur. Blue Devils trail. Here is Talton with a 3. That one won't fall. There's a hold underneath the basket. No one called that. Man, I tell you what.
Yeah.
That was a plain old hold. Even a NFL referee would have saw that one. And I'll tell you what. Down at the other end, man, Therese Bryson is livid.
I don't blame him, definitely.
Here is Loncourt trying to get out of trouble. Does so with a pass to O'Brien. Back to Loncourt. Loncourt in front of his bench. Baseline dribble and a foul coming up. This one is going to be handed out to Brylan Affolone, I believe.
Hold on.
Well, they're going to give it to Karan Shelley.
Yeah, Shelley and Thomas exchanging words, but very quickly Anderson and Talton coming over to make sure that nothing additional happens, and Wires kind of showing a little bit of more experience. Sophomore Thomas, a freshman, trying to get him to calm down a little bit. Don't need anybody picking up a technical in this situation.
Loncourt at the free throw line, swishes one in there. 34-30. Some of the K-Hawk players standing outside their locker room, taking in the action here. Little scouting going on as whoever wins the next game will get the winner of this game. Whoever loses this game will get the loser of this game. That will be in the third place contest tomorrow. Right now, everybody has championship dreams in their eyes. 34-31, 3-point game. Pulling up, taking a jumper, and hitting nothing but net was Anderson. And back to a 5-point lead for the Generals as we have 1:40 left to play here in this third quarter. Loncourt with it out at midcourt. And he gets out of a little bit of a jam. Now he's triple teamed, throws it up in the corner. O'Brien for 3, rattles but won't fall. Rebound belongs to Anderson. Anderson brings it up court, gets shoved from behind by O'Brien, but no call. Offset free throw line in, but a shot there by Jabron Anderson, and it's hard to believe that he only has 8 points. And going back the other way with it.
Wow. I don't know. That's a call that's going to go either way, but they're going to get Wires on the charge.
Yeah, they are.
And we're going to see Phillips re-enter as, is that Demarion Phillips? Yeah, we'll head to the bench and
we have a timeout on the floor first, so we will step aside as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 38-31, excuse me, is our contest. It is a 7-point lead for the Generals. They had themselves an 11-point lead after 1 quarter of play, but the Blue Devils fought back and got it to within 3. Blue Devils actually took a lead here in the third quarter, but since then, the Generals have come back and taken a 7-point advantage. Generals have the ball as well. They'll give it up to Anderson on the near sideline. Loncourt comes to meet him at the half-court stripe. Press the issue just a little bit. We're under a minute to go here in this third quarter. Bounce pass along the mid-court stripe, and out into the hands of Affalone. Affalone right across the top of the key, reverses direction, heads back the other way. Passes it up to Phillips. Phillips out near mid-court, trying to get past Wires. He'll take it back out to mid-court as a foul called against Wires, and Wires was just trying to reach in and poke that ball out, but he got skin instead.
They're going to bring Cartmill in, and Wires will head to the bench. And
Wires' second foul. Devils have 5 fouls on the board, Generals with 3 as we are into the final 30 seconds of this third quarter. There is a dribble drive by Phillips, and he'll give the ball up to Affalone. Affalone back at midcourt, right in front of the scorer's table. 20 seconds to go here in the third. Out to the K-Hawk logo. Now, back over to Phillips in front of the scorer's table himself.
Now,
Affalone.
I think MacArthur are going to want to run a play here.
You think?
There it is.
Front of the free throw line, shot taken, no good. Thomas with the rebound, and here is a last-second shot that probably wouldn't have counted anyway, but it was off the mark. 38-31 after 3 quarters of play. We are back in just a moment with the fourth quarter. That'll come your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
I'll have his kids ready.
The fourth quarter is here. 38-31 in this semifinal contest between MacArthur High School and Quincy. Fourth quarter underway, and the Blue Devils trail by 7. They had to come back to beat Lincoln. Can they do the same thing here to the MacArthur Generals? We shall find out here in about 7 minutes and 45 seconds of game clock time. Here is a dribble drive, and they kick it back out all the way to Affalone at midcourt. Affalone tries to drive around. Well, whistle on the play before they can even get that ball around Cartmill.
Yeah, they're going to get Cartmill with a hand check there. That's the 6th. That, wait, if they have 6 fouls already, then that should be 1 and 1.
7, dude, 7.
Ah, but that was
7.
That was only 6.
Yeah, that was number 6. And I tell you what, Chris Cullard, he's not wasting any time putting that foul up on the board.
Yeah,
he puts the foul on the board before he finds out who's it's against.
Yeah, I was like, I saw 6 fouls and I was like, oh, well, that's probably number 7. There's 7.
There is 7, and the basket will count to Brylan Phillips, and Phillips will go up to the line to try to turn it into 3 and try to turn this into a 10-point game.
Yeah, that's 3 fouls on Longcore.
Longcore was pretty much absent most of that second quarter because he got a couple early fouls, and the free throw wouldn't fall. Talton gets the rebound, and here comes Longcore. 9-point lead for the Generals. 7:15 left to play here in this fourth quarter, and a foul called at the other end.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Walker with a block there.
That they do.
That'll be his second, his first, 4th for the team.
To the free throw line is Longcore. Longcore hits the first one. Quincy needs to hit everything they shoot right now.
Yeah, just about. Play some good defense, too.
Longcore, one more coming his way, and that one's through as well. And it's a 7-point contest as we come up on 7 minutes to play. A dribble drive across the line, and that is Phillips, and underneath the basket, shot taken, no good. Thomas with the rebound for the Blue Devils. Gets it up to Longcore. Longcore trying to go ahead and get around Phillips. Phillips could have been called for a reach-in foul as well, but the referees swallowed the whistles on that play. Into the corner, and a travel by Cartmill.
Quincy fans not very happy about it.
I was trying to listen to Coach Bryson coming up the line yelling out some stuff, trying to see what he was yelling. Took off the earphone for just a moment so I could hear that. Got these cans on your ears, you can't hear much except for what's inside the earphones. And a foul, that's going to be called against O'Brien.
That's his 3rd foul. I keep looking at the home scores for Quincy, but Quincy are not the home team in this game.
No, they are not. First foul for O'Brien, 8th foul for the Blue Devils, so they're shooting for the rest of this game, and that one is in there from Brylan Phillips.
A little bit of a discussion as we're talking to O'Brien and Shelley about something.
Another free throw coming up for Brylan Phillips, and he misses that one. Rebound belongs to Cartmill. 41-33. Generals have the lead. Quincy had a lead for a little bit here in the second half, just for a brief moment. Here is Cartmill. He drives all the way, and bodies fly everywhere, and we're going to have a foul handed out to somebody wearing the white.
I think they're going to get it to Walker, but Walker is going to be on the worst end of the collection. Oh, no, they're going to give it to
Shelley. And on the ground still is Christopher Walker, and he is finally being helped up and holding on to that right elbow a little bit.
Yeah, got hit. Yeah, maybe.
That was probably the first thing to hit the floor.
Yeah, probably got hit right in the gut, too. That's going to hurt.
Is that Alex Lohr's back down there with the sweat duty?
I think so. They'll bring KJ Bond in to replace him, and he'll probably get checked out by Amanda Bauer or one of the trainers here.
Teron Cartmill up at the free throw line, ready to shoot a couple. Try to get his team back to within 6 if he can make both, and he misses the first one. Free throws are oh so important.
Yes. Quincy I think they may have been the best shooting team all tournament coming into this 3rd game.
Next one on the way. That one is good. So
yeah,
it's
they've
a
been shooting like 89% as a team. So
7-point contest. And that one's poked away, but not hard enough that Phillips couldn't go collect it himself. He throws it across the court to Affalone, and Affalone dumps it off underneath. That's stolen. Talton, oh, he has elbows and hands flying all over the place, and no call. Here is Talton, throws it into the corner for Cartmill. And into the paint is Thomas, and a jump ball called, and the possession arrow remains where it is.
Looked to me like Shelley got some skin, but jump ball is going to be what's called. It'll stay Quincy basketball.
6:04 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 41-34 in favor of MacArthur High School. Out to Cartmill. Cartmill bounces the ball into Thomas. Thomas just outside the lane, throws it across the way for Loncourt for three. There it is. Man, waiting for Loncourt to heat up here, and he might have found that streak here in the fourth quarter. A timeout called.
Coach Douglas will take a full timeout.
Full timeout it is. We will take a full timeout right along with everybody else, and we'll be back here in about 60 seconds or so on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
.5:53 left to play here in this fourth quarter, and a steal by the Blue Devils as they try to make this comeback all the way. Oh, that's picked off, and that was a bad pass by Cartmill, and that's going to turn into a 2-point bucket for Brylan Phillips. Quincy trailing now 43-37. 5:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter. O'Brien gets it over to Loncourt. Loncourt dribbles from the far sideline to the near side, into the paint, and he'll take the shot, count the bucket, and the bruise. They're going to give that foul to Karan Shelley. Shelley will pick up his fourth.
Yeah. Coach Bryson not happy with it. Shelley's just like, what am I supposed to do there?
Loncourt back at the free throw line, a chance to make this a 3-point game.
And I don't think he's missed any. He's got a really clean form.
Oh, I see you jinxed him. That usually happens to me. I'm usually the one who does that.
Of course, now that I say something.
Don't say anything very often, but when he does, it's a doozy. Oh, there's a big steal by Cartmill. Cartmill brings it up across the line. He thought for a minute to go in between about 3 defenders, but he thought better of it. Now he's trapped. Gets it out to Thomas, who gets it out to Loncourt. Loncourt will dribble his way to the top of the key and then over onto the right wing. 5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. 4-point contest. Generals with the lead. Over to Cartmill. Cartmill cuts through the paint, gives it over to Talton. Talton for 3, and he's fouled.
And that'll be 5.
That'll be it for Shelley.
And Talton will shoot 3.
He will. Pushed him right back into his bench.
And they will bring Walker in to replace him.
3 shots coming up for Talton. And if he makes all 3, it'll be a 1-point game. Talton ready to go with shot number 1. And that one's in there.
Talton with 8 points now.
2 more shots from the free throw line for Mr. Talton. And that one misses. Went in, came back out.
Well, you get another one. 2 out of 3 will be serviceable. You still got plenty of time.
As Meatloaf says, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Next one for Talton. And that one does go in. So it's a 2-point contest, 43-41. This is going to be a nice finish here, I have a feeling, huh?
Yeah, just like the first semifinal 2 years ago was. It was 2 completely different teams.
Oh, yeah.
As Quincy fans asking for a push-up on Alphalone there, and MacArthur are going to back it up and try and run some clock.
There is Alphalone. He comes into the paint and shoves a guy aside. That was O'Brien. No call. Now we're going to get a call on a travel. Travel called against the Generals. Quincy will get the ball back.
Coach Bryson frustrated about something, and the Quincy faithful will make their presence known as the gym continues to fill up, turning into a pretty solid crowd here.
Here is Loncourt, brings it up across the line. 4:20 to play here in this fourth quarter. 2-point contest. Quincy trails by 2. They have the ball. Loncourt, top of the key, takes the shot. We're tied.
Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch in the next couple of years if you're a Quincy fan, and Coach Bryson will take a timeout.
60-second timeout called. We will take a 60-second timeout right along with them, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports
Got
Network.
vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz and classic rock. It's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com.
We're about halfway through the fourth quarter here of this semifinal contest between Quincy and MacArthur, and boy, it's a good one, 43-43. Over in the auxiliary gym, the Belleville East Lancers have a 2-point lead over Altoff with 1.5 minutes to go in that contest. So a couple of real good semifinals going on.
Yep. Of course, Belleville East took a rather surprising loss to Madison in the very first game of the tournament, and now looking to fight their way through and try and earn a trophy, which you get as consolation champion.
You sure do.
Oh,
whistle on the play, man, oh man.
They're going to get Cartmill for a
there
foul
they are.
there.
Cartmill will not be happy about that. He will pick up his team's 9th foul. And
wait.
Oh, they're going to call it on Thomas. Wow.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense.
I had to check and see if Thomas was even on the floor. He is.
Yeah, he is, but why are
I
they
had no idea.
It was
not a clue, man.
It was Cartmill and Wires that were in the play.
Yeah.
Maybe he meant to give it to Wires and just saw the 2 and figured it was Thomas.
I don't have any idea. Nothing doing on the other end in the free throws, though, so we're still stuck at 43 all. 3:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. We're going to have a fantastic finish. Here is Talton underneath the basket. Quincy goes back out front by 2.
And the rather nice Adams County contingent are going to make some noise.
They're going to put the 2 points on the board. Well, count the bucket and the bruise at the other end. We should be tied at 45 right now.
We should be.
And Quincy's pointing to the scoreboard as well.
Fouls on Cartmill, and then I mean that's who's running the scoreboard.
That would be Chris Keller, and he's sitting right next to Stacy Sulky.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. All right.
All right.
I think he was just waiting for confirmation. Stacy had to add up stuff over there. 46-45 after the free throw make. And Quincy will get the ball back, trailing by 1. 3:26 left to play here in quarter number 4. I would expect a large number of timeouts to be called here in the final 3.5 minutes.
Not sure. I mean, each coach has used a couple, but they should still have a few more left between the two of them.
I'm sure they've probably got about 6 between the both of them.
Yeah, I don't know about that many. I mean, I guess if each coach has used 2, then that could be about right. We'll see.
Cartmill back at the midcourt stripe. Over to Loncourt. Loncourt. Cartmill into the paint. Dumps it off for Talton and a slam home. And the Blue Devils retake the lead by 1. 47-46.
That's the 4th legit dunk of the tournament here on the main floor to go along with 1 for Jalen Smith of O'Fallon and 2 for Tyrese Gross of Granite City. We'll see Smith in the next game and Gross in the 9:30 game.
Quincy fans are willing their team to play a little defense. No defense for that three-point shot, but it tips off the rim, and almost a fight down there between Thomas and O'Brien for the rebound, which almost jarred the ball loose. But here comes Quincy. They bring the ball up, and they get it to Loncourt. Loncourt races around the top of the key and all the way back out to midcourt. Gives it to O'Brien. O'Brien dumps the ball off, and I believe that was a loose ball that just happened to find Cartmill. And now Loncourt with it at midcourt.
Yeah, Quincy are going to try and hold the ball to the best of their ability, but MacArthur play pressure defense like nobody else, and Coach Douglas will take a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout coming your way. We'll be back in just about that amount of time here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 2:02 left to play in this one over in the Aux Gym. They're down to the final 23 seconds of a tied game between Belleville East and Althoff. Here it's just as close. 47-46. Quincy has a 1-point lead. Here's O'Brien. Hands the ball off to Cartmill. Cartmill is on the run, and he'll run back out to midcourt, and he'll keep on trying to run back and forth until he is finally fouled, and this foul is going to belong to Brylan Phillips.
And that is the 8th foul on the Generals, and so Cartmill will shoot 1 and 1. And Coach Douglas will back all the rest of his guys back,
Got to play some defense, don't you?
Yeah, well, he'll bring Thomas and Talton back, but Loncourt and O'Brien will stay a little bit closer to the action, as you will.
Teron Cartmill from the free throw line. His team leads by 1, and he'll stay up for a bonus. Now his team leads by 2. Another one just like that, and it'll be a 3-point lead with 1:50 left to play here in this 4th quarter. This has been a fun game.
Yes, it has.
Next game, scheduled to tip off at 8 o'clock between Collinsville and O'Fallon, will be a little late.
Not too late, though.
No?
Provided this game doesn't go to overtime or something.
True. Watch your mouth. Hush. 48-46. Blue Devils have a 2-point lead. MacArthur trying to answer. Over onto the wing. That is Phillips. Phillips brings it around to the slot, and then over onto the other side. On the right wing, back over to the left wing. A dribble drive, kicked it off into the corner, and bodies flying, but no whistle. And now Falone passes the ball over to Anderson. Anderson tries to drive, and that's out of bounds. That's going to belong to Quincy.
That's phenomenal defense by O'Brien. That's what he's there for. Compared him earlier for Collinsville fans, the Zane Baker, a guy that's going to play solid defense, hit a lot of threes, and we have a foul with 4 seconds
left in the Aux Gym.
Jump ball.
And on the floor is Loncourt, but Loncourt looks like he's going to try to pick himself up.
The jump ball and now a timeout.
4.1 seconds left over in the Aux Gym. 52-52 between the two schools from Belleville, Althoff Catholic and Belleville East Public.
It will be East basketball as Loncourt is able to get up under his own power, and looks like he's going to
stay in the game.
Yeah.
Good for him.
See pretty much the whole Collinsville team as well as the Collinsville coaching staff from Sure, there's quite a few O'Fallon people
underneath us, yes, at the opposite locker room. Inbound pass coming in from O'Brien. He finds Cartmill, and Cartmill has the ball ripped out of his hands, and a save by Decatur, and now we're going to have a foul coming the other way, and that's a travel. That's a travel. I don't know. They also could have called Brylan Phillips for a couple of bumps down there as well.
Yeah, they could have called a defensive foul on O'Brien there, and the MacArthur fans are very unhappy with that call.
So with 1 minute and 11 seconds left, the Blue Devils lead by 2, and they still have the ball. It comes into Talton. Talton, he gets double teamed, gets rid of it to Cartmill. Cartmill comes up across the line, into the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to... Timeout called by... Oh, man, Cartmill, he's grabbing that knee. He might be hurt. Ooh. Well, they're going to have to stay on the ground, Let the medical staff come out and take care of that.
Coach Douglas was one of the first people out there.
Well, he was coming out to congratulate Cartmill on a nice play, but he has to get up, and he's hobbling on that left leg a little bit. We do have a timeout on the floor. We will keep it right here for this timeout.
And we're going
to overtime in the Aux Gym. 52-52 between Belleville East and Altoff in the auxiliary gym. They're going to overtime. Trying to avoid overtime here would be the Blue Devils. Trying to maybe force an overtime or a win would be the Generals. This has been a fun game.
Yeah. I mean, we figured this was going to be a good one. We got two teams. Both teams with one loss. Neither team has lost in a while. Quincy's only loss is Centralia back at the beginning of December. MacArthur's only loss was to, I believe, a still undefeated Bolingbrook team in the back in the Thanksgiving tournament that I believe MacArthur hosted.
1 minute to go here in this fourth quarter. 48-46, Quincy, they have a lead over MacArthur High School out of Decatur. Collinsville and O'Fallon take the floor next. Winner of this game moves to the championship game tomorrow. The loser will be relegated to the third place game. Inbound pass will be triggered by O'Brien underneath of the Blue Devils basket. That's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy assistants had to duck there.
Yeah, they did.
No, it's wait. Oh, yeah. Ball knocked out of bounds by Phillips, so it'll be Quincy basketball.
O'Brien inbounds again, does so to Thomas. Thomas just outside the lane, holds onto the ball, dribbles his way just once, and gives it up to Loncourt. Loncourt, he'll drive toward the baseline, kick it back out front. 45 seconds to play, and a loose ball on the ground, and it's picked up by Thomas, and a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Decatur. MacArthur will head the other way.
Yeah. And Coach Bryson will take a timeout.
Yep, he wants to take a timeout. Probably doesn't know how many timeouts he has left.
He's going to take a full timeout.
He is going to take a full timeout, so we'll take a full timeout as well, and we will be back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his K-Hawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Inbound pass comes in for the Generals. They bring it up trailing by 2. 35 seconds left to play. We got an overtime game in the Aux Gym. How about in this one? We have a no-shot push from behind. That's going to go against Loncourt.
That'll be Loncourt's fourth.
So, at the free throw line is where MacArthur will have a chance to tie it. Jabron Anderson, he's going to go up there to shoot 2. If he can make both, we'll be tied with 32.7 left.
Anderson has had a good game. He's got 11 points. Probably a good guy that you would want to shoot.
And the first one falls off to the right.
And rattle around.
I'm sure everybody wants you to stop talking before foul shots are taken.
Well, I'm not the one controlling who makes the shots.
I know. They just call you a jinx. Jinx! Another shot coming up for Anderson, and he misses both of them. Rebound. Talton. He has hands on it. Throws it up to O'Brien, who gets it to Thomas, and Thomas can't hold on to it. So Decatur, MacArthur is going to have another inbound pass coming in at their offensive zone in between the baseline and the half-court stripe. And they'll have another opportunity here with 27 seconds left. Ball comes in, bounce pass to Affolone. Affalone's had a good game. They throw it up into the corner now for Phillips. Phillips dribbles and comes in from the left wing, backs himself into the paint, takes a shot, good for 2. We're tied.
And Coach Bryson will take a 30-second timeout.
48-48, 14 seconds left to go here in this one. Maybe.
This is, like I said, this is very reminiscent of the Lincoln Mundelein game from 2 years ago.
We'll keep it right here for this one. They're already into overtime and only 1:49 left of that 4 minutes, and it's a 1-point lead for Althoff right now over Belleville East, 55-54.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a fun game.
Yeah.
Hopefully the semifinal after this one will be just as fun between Collinsville and O'Fallon, and if it was anything like the game here earlier between these two schools, it will be fun.
Yeah. Nice competitive game.
All right, here we go. Quincy, they have the ball all the way down to the other end of the court. They have to bring it to the opposite end. They have 14 seconds to do so and try to put up a winning shot. And the Generals want to do anything they can to stop it except for foul. Here is O'Brien, stops in the backcourt, gets it up to Wires. Wires loses control of the ball. Ball on the ground, picked up. The Generals come in, a chance at the buzzer. No! We will go to overtime, and the overtime quarter will come your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville K-Hawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times Tribune covers that and more. The Times Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times Tribune. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
A fresh 4 minutes put up on the clock here in the main gym. And over in the Ox Gym, that game already in overtime, and they only have about 1:18 left in their overtime period. We're just getting underway over here in ours, 48-48. Quincy and MacArthur battling it out for a right to go to the championship game. Here is a dribble drive by Wires, kicks it out to Talton for 3, skips across the rim and knocked out of bounds by O'Brien.
And 1 free throw good for Belleville East to tie the game at 55. Second one is also good, so the Lancers will have a lead with 78 seconds left over in the Ox Gym.
Couple of good games going on here.
Yep.
Here are the Generals, 48-48 with Quincy. They give it up at the free throw line to Anderson. He's fouled on the way up, so he will go to the line for 2, and I believe that's going to be it for Loncourt.
Yeah, that will be. That's a big out. Loncourt had a really good game, but that's 5, and we'll see what Coach Douglas wants to do here. Anderson will be shooting 2, and they're going to bring in Dominique Clay.
Dominique Clay.
A lot of pressure on the young freshman.
Yeah, 6'2" freshman has to come in while the game's in overtime. At the free throw line, it is Jabrin Anderson. Anderson with 11 points in this contest. Trying to make it 12, he does. 1-point lead back to the Generals. One more shot coming up for Anderson. And he is ready with that shot. Here it is. Good. Gets both of them. 50-48, 2-point lead for the Generals. Quincy, they'll bring the ball up court with 3:20 left in this overtime period. Bounce pass into Thomas in the paint. Thomas takes the shot. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
And that'll be on Walker, and that will be his second.
So up to the free throw line to shoot 2 for himself, Keyshawn Thomas.
Big three-pointer hit for Althoff. That'll give them the lead. 58-56.
Oh.
53 seconds left.
That one hit the front of the rim, then hit the fat part of the iron where it meets the glass, and then off the front of the rim again.
No good.
Thomas ready to go with another, and that one is good after a couple of more bounces off the orange rim. 1-point contest, 50-49. Generals with the lead and the ball. Here is Phillips. Phillips brings it up across the midcourt stripe, gets it to Alfalone over on the left wing. Alfalone, he'll take it to the other wing, and he'll thread a pass over there to Anderson. Anderson, left-hand dribble, brings it back around into the slot, and then over in front of his own bench. A bounce pass back to Anderson from Phillips. Anderson trying to make his move. No room in there. Cut off by Talton. Back out front will go to Phillips. Phillips will back his way up to the midcourt stripe. Chew some more time off the clock here in overtime. 2:30 left to play here in this first overtime period. 50-49. MacArthur with the 1-point advantage. Trying to make it a little bit more. Up underneath and off the glass. Good for 2 points for Christopher Walker. 3-point lead for the Generals.
Here comes O'Brien.
Yeah, O'Brien had a little trouble getting it across the line. Gives it up to Wires. Wires back at the midcourt stripe. Comes forward into the paint. Dipsy doodle shot, and it falls in for him. Back to a 1-point contest. 52-51. Generals with the 1-point lead. 2 minutes to go here in overtime.
Love at least shooting more free throws in the Aux Gym. And a steal.
Oh, there you go. Blue Devils with a chance to regain the lead here.
Oh, and oh no, the Wi-Fi is giving me trouble.
Well, it gave me trouble a little bit earlier as well.
Oh no, the stream ended,
140.
I think. Oh no.
Could have.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, they might have not had enough set time in there.
That ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll be MacArthur basketball.
I don't have control over the huddle camera in that gym, so I can't extend it. And a timeout called, a full timeout by the Generals of MacArthur High School, and we will step aside for a moment as well. Back in a minute on the K-Hawk Sports
Pace
Network.
Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 96 seconds remain in this first overtime between Quincy and MacArthur. 1 point game.
Generals with the lead and the basketball.
They do have the ball. And bring it up court is Phillips. Phillips darts across the midcourt stripe, top of the key, free throw line, in the paint, takes the shot, and he's fouled.
Not a terrible foul, though.
Is that one going to go against Wires?
Looks like it. That is his third, I think. Or...
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Took long enough for the referee to get over there and put up what number it was. Back to the free throw line, Brian Phillips. He already just made 2 from there, and now he makes the third one.
We'll update you all on the East Althoff score as soon as we get it. But
Yeah, they probably didn't have enough time set on that camera, and it ended. And they probably don't even know it. Both free throws are good. I'm sure they're hearing about it by now.
Yep. And Makai Wright will come in for MacArthur with 3 minutes left, and we'll see what Quincy want to do for the next 85 seconds.
54-51, 3-point lead by the Generals. And here come the Blue Devils. They try to bring it up. Their big 3-point shooter, Olancourt, is fouled out, so he will not be of any help. Talton gets it over to O'Brien, who gets it back to Wires. Wires dribbles his way forward, trying to use Thomas as a bit of a screen. Into the corner, O'Brien bluffs the 3, takes it into the paint, kicks it outside for Wires. Wires over to Talton. He takes a 3-point shot, tips across the rim, and Thomas knocks the rebound right down into the hands of Clay. Back to Wires it goes. We're under 50 seconds to go here in this overtime period. 54-51 lead. That's a 3-point lead. And here comes Clay for 3. That one tips across the rim as well. And the rebound this time belongs to Decatur. And
timeout called.
Timeout called by MacArthur.
I can't have very many more left.
I would think not. It is a full timeout, so we'll step aside for about half of that. And we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 38.4 seconds left to play. And it's a very close game, 54-51 in favor of the Generals. Camera starting to act a little goofy there, but it looks like it figured itself out. The Generals get the inbound pass. 35 seconds left to play. They are up by 3, so anything else is almost a dagger in the heart, as Quincy will try to get the ball back here, and they do so with a foul, and that's going to go against Clay. And we'll have 2 shots coming from the free throw line here. Clay picks up his second personal, and back to the free throw line will be Jabrin Anderson.
I do not have the score of the East Althoff game. However, I do have an update on the Collinsville girls. They are up early in their semifinal game against the Pattonville Pirates out of Maryland Heights. They're going to bring right back in. Lead is 4.
4-point lead now for the Generals. Time is running out for Quincy here. At the free throw line, Anderson trying to make it a 5-point lead. And he does.
Anderson's had a really good game today.
There is Wires. Takes it in, off the glass, good for 2. Gets his team back to within 3 with 19.5 seconds to play.
And we'll see Richardson come back in, and Coach Bryson will very quickly wave all of his players over, and it'll be a full timeout for Quincy.
A 60-second timeout. I believe that was their last timeout. I think that's all they had left, was why it was a 60-second timeout.
Yeah, Quincy may have another one, maybe. We are not keeping track of that sort of thing. So we'll see. Crowd continuing to fill up. Collinsville student section beginning to arrive as they prepare to try and hand O'Fallon their second loss of the year.
8 o'clock tip-off is not going to happen.
Nope. Probably be closer to 8:30 at this point.
Probably. That's
especially if we wind up going to another overtime.
Hush your mouth. Man, tell you what.
I haven't had a game go to double overtime in forever.
I don't want to see a double overtime game, especially when I'm here for 14 hours a day.
It'll be fun.
It's already been fun. I don't know how much more fun I can handle.
Well,
it has been fun. I knew this was going to be a fun game, but I had no idea we'd be close to going to a double overtime. But here we are, 3-point lead for the Generals, 19.5 seconds left. After the basket by Wires, it'll be the Generals' ball. They will inbound underneath of the Quincy basket. And the inbound pass triggered by Anderson, and a jump ball called. Possession arrow, heading the other way anyway.
Yeah, great play by Clay there to come in and clamp onto the ball. Now, if you can do that again.
Yeah, you do it again, the possession arrow will be in your favor.
Yeah.
Inbound pass again being triggered by Anderson. And he gets it into the hands of Phillips, and immediately a foul is given out.
That'll be Clay's
It'll be his third in a row, actually.
MacArthur will not bring McIwright in, or actually he's going to get some instructions from his coach.
And back at the free throw line is Brylan Phillips, and he's been pretty good from there. And again, drains it. Back to a 4-point lead.
Don't foul him.
Yeah. Anybody you want to foul on the floor, it's not number 2.
Yeah. I'm not sure who the best person would be to foul, but now you got to get down the floor in a hurry.
Made both of them. And that makes it a 5-point game, 2 possessions. That's going to be tough for Quincy to overcome here as they bring the ball up. Here is Wires, and Wires into the corner, pulls up, gives it up, top of the key for Cartmill, and he pulls up a 3-point shot. That one swoops right out. Rebound belongs to MacArthur, and that'll do it. 58-53. The Generals of MacArthur High School will play for the 37th championship here at Collinsville High School tomorrow night at 7:30. Who will they play? We'll find out here in just a little bit as Collinsville and O'Fallon, they get ready to take the floor next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
All right, let me go.